We're diving deep into a question that's been on the minds of many in the financial and crypto worlds for years. Was Ripple's XRP always destined to revolutionize the banking system? Was this a carefully orchestrated strategy, the plan from the very beginning to reshape how money moves across the globe? Or is it a narrative fitted retrospectively to an evolving technology? Today, we're peeling back the layers. To truly grasp the potential significance of XRP, we have to understand the stage it stepped onto. For generations, sending money across borders has been, frankly, a bit of a mess. Think about it. In an era of instant global communication, why can it still take days and cost a small fortune for your money to travel from one country to another? The traditional system relies on a complex web of correspondent banks. These are essentially banks holding accounts for other banks in different currencies. This means your payment might hop through several institutions, each adding time and fees. We're talking about Nostro and Vostro accounts, pre-funded liquidity, and messaging systems like Swift that, while essential, are more like sophisticated telegrams than instant settlement engines. The result? Slow speeds, high costs, and a distinct lack of transparency. For businesses operating internationally, this means tied-up capital and operational friction. For individuals sending remittances back home, it means less money reaching their families. It was into this environment of established, yet arguably inefficient practices that blockchain technology emerged, and with it, cryptocurrencies. Suddenly, there was a new paradigm, decentralized digital value transfer. And within that burgeoning ecosystem, Ripple and its associated digital asset XRP began to carve out a very specific niche, not necessarily as a direct challenger to fiat currency for everyday purchases, but as a potential solution to the very cross-border payment problem that plagued the traditional financial world. So, the question isn't just about a new technology, it's about intent. Was the design of XRP and the strategy of Ripple a direct, calculated response to these age-old banking inefficiencies, a deliberate plan to offer a better way? Let's lay out the evidence. When you look at Ripple, the company, and listen to its leadership, particularly CEO Brad Garlinghouse, a consistent theme emerges. Unlike some more radical voices in the crypto space who advocate for the complete dismantling of traditional finance, Ripple's stated vision has always been one of collaboration and integration. Garlinghouse has repeatedly emphasized that Ripple aims to partner with existing financial institutions, banks, payment providers, and money transfer operators. The goal isn't to bypass them, but to provide them with superior technology to do their jobs better. As cited on the cryptobasic.com and in numerous interviews and presentations, Garlinghouse often talks about evolution, not revolution, for the banking sector. He's positioned Ripple as a provider of next-generation financial infrastructure, using blockchain to upgrade the rails upon which global payments run. This vision is embodied in RippleNet, Ripple's global payments network. RippleNet offers a suite of software solutions that allow its members to send payments across borders more efficiently. Initially, some of these solutions focused on improved messaging and enabling bilateral relationships. But the real cornerstone of Ripple's strategy, and where XRP comes into play, is on-demand liquidity, often abbreviated as ODL. The concept of ODL is to directly tackle the issue of pre-funded accounts, those Nostro/Vostro accounts we mentioned earlier. Banks traditionally have to tie up significant amounts of capital in various currencies around the world to facilitate payments. ODL, leveraging XRP as a bridge currency, aims to eliminate this need. A bank can send value by converting its local currency to XRP, transmitting the XRP almost instantly, and then converting that XRP back into the recipient's local currency at the destination. This entire process is designed to happen in seconds, freeing up liquidity and reducing settlement risk and costs. Ripple's executives, as reported on platforms like the cryptobasic.com, have consistently highlighted this focus on solving real-world utility, targeting the multi-trillion-dollar cross-border payments market. They aren't just building technology for technology's sake. They're aiming it squarely at a massive, inefficient incumbent system with a clear value proposition for financial institutions. This pragmatic, solution-oriented approach, focused on integration with the existing financial world rather than its outright replacement, is a core tenet of the plan. So, if Ripple's vision is to upgrade the banking system, what exactly is XRP's role in that plan? Why this specific digital asset? XRP is the native digital asset of the XRP ledger, a decentralized, open-source blockchain technology that was actually built before Ripple the company was even formed. The XRP ledger was designed from the ground up for speed, efficiency, and scalability, specifically with payments in mind. Unlike Bitcoin, which uses a proof-of-work consensus mechanism that can be energy-intensive and relatively slow for high-volume payments, the XRP ledger uses a unique consensus protocol that confirms transactions in 3 to 5 seconds at a very low cost, fractions of a cent. The primary function of XRP within Ripple's ODL service is to act as a bridge currency. This is crucial. Imagine Bank A in the United States wants to send $10,000 to Bank B in Mexico, which needs to be delivered in Mexican pesos. Traditionally, this would involve correspondent banks and pre-funded accounts in both currencies. With XRP as a bridge, the flow changes. Bank A converts the $10,000 into XRP on a digital asset exchange. The XRP is sent across the XRP ledger to an exchange or liquidity partner in Mexico. This transfer takes seconds. The XRP is then instantly converted into Mexican pesos and credited to Bank B or the end recipient. The beauty of this system is that neither bank needs to hold large reserves of the other's currency. They only need access to liquidity for their own currency against XRP. This dramatically reduces the capital requirements for international payments and eliminates the need for many of the intermediaries that slow things down and add cost. XRP, in this model, isn't meant to be held for long periods by the transacting institutions. It's a temporary vehicle for value transfer, a neutral asset that can bridge any two fiat currencies. This design fast settlement, low transaction fees, and high scalability, the XRP ledger can handle thousands of transactions per second, makes XRP uniquely suited for this institutional, cross-border payment use case. It's not trying to be a coffee currency. It's built for the heavy lifting of global finance. This specific utility is a strong indicator that its role wasn't accidental, but a core part of a larger strategic design to offer a tangible improvement over the old ways. Now, let's turn to one of the most electrifying, and often rumor-filled, aspects of the XRP narrative: the potential involvement of institutional giants, most notably BlackRock. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, handling trillions of dollars, carries immense weight in the financial world. Any perceived interest from them in a specific asset can send ripples, no pun intended, through the market. Over the past few years, and particularly as institutional interest in cryptocurrencies has grown, speculations about BlackRock's potential involvement with XRP have been persistent. As reported by outlets like invest.com, cryptotimes.io, and fxempire.com, these rumors have often centered around the possibility of BlackRock offering an XRP exchange-traded fund, or ETF. Why is an XRP ETF, particularly one from BlackRock, such a big deal? An ETF would provide a regulated, accessible way for a much broader range of investors, including institutional players and everyday individuals, to gain exposure to XRP through traditional brokerage accounts. It would signify a level of mainstream acceptance and regulatory comfort that XRP has, especially in the US, been striving for. For many, BlackRock filing for or launching an XRP ETF would be the ultimate validation, a signal that XRP is being recognized as a legitimate asset class by the titans of traditional finance. The implications would be enormous. Increased liquidity. An ETF typically brings significant new capital into an asset, boosting its trading volume and market depth. Enhanced legitimacy. Approval from regulators for an ETF, especially one managed by BlackRock, would lend substantial credibility. Wider adoption. Easier access for institutional and retail investors could drive broader adoption and integration into investment portfolios. While many of these BlackRock XRP discussions remain speculative, often fueled by online communities and interpretations of broader market movements, their persistence highlights a key desire within the XRP community and among some market observers: the deep integration of XRP into the established financial system. The very fact that such rumors can cause significant market buzz, as we'll discuss next, shows the anticipation surrounding institutional embrace. It feeds directly into the narrative that XRP is positioned for something big, something that aligns with the needs of major financial players. Whether these specific rumors materialize or not, They underscore the perceived institutional appeal of XRP's core value proposition. The cryptocurrency market is notoriously reactive to news and rumors, and XRP is no exception. In fact, its price and trading volume have often served as a barometer for sentiment regarding Ripple's progress, legal battles, and, crucially, potential institutional adoption. We've seen numerous instances, often highlighted by crypto news outlets like thecryptobasic.com, where XRP's market value has experienced significant volatility based on developments, or even just strong rumors related to partnerships or endorsements, especially those involving major financial players like BlackRock, even if speculative. For example, when whispers of a potential BlackRock XRP ETF, however unfounded, gained traction, there was often a discernible uptick in positive market sentiment, sometimes reflected in price surges or increased trading activity. Conversely, negative news, such as developments in Ripple's legal case with the SEC, has historically had a dampening effect. These market reactions are telling. They indicate a few things. High investor expectation. There's a significant portion of the market that holds strong beliefs in XRP's potential for widespread adoption by the financial industry. They are quick to react to any news that seems to confirm this trajectory. Sensitivity to institutional signals. The market clearly craves institutional validation. Positive signals from established financial entities are seen as major catalysts. The utility narrative's impact. Unlike some cryptocurrencies driven purely by hype or meme culture, XRP's price often seems to react to news related to its utility and adoption in the payment space. Announcements of new ODL corridors or banking partners can fuel positive sentiment. The market's response to even unconfirmed rumors about collaborations like those with BlackRock, or to concrete news about Ripple's ODL service expansion, demonstrates a deep-seated belief among many investors that XRP is playing a long game, one aimed at achieving significant integration within the global financial framework. This responsiveness suggests that the market, to some extent, has bought into the plan and is constantly looking for signs of its unfolding. So, after examining Ripple's consistent vision for integrating with traditional finance, XRP's specific design as a high-speed, low-cost bridge currency, the persistent, albeit speculative, links to institutional giants like BlackRock, and the market's eager reactions to any hint of this plan unfolding, was Ripple's XRP the plan all along? The evidence strongly suggests a deliberate, long-term strategy focused on solving a very specific, very large problem: the inefficiency of cross-border payments. Ripple, under Garlinghouse, has consistently pursued a path of collaboration with banks, not antagonism. The XRP ledger and XRP itself were engineered with features, speed, scalability, low cost that are tailor-made for interbank settlement and liquidity provision. The development of RippleNet and on-demand liquidity points to a clear, evolving product suite designed to bring this vision to life. While the journey has been far from smooth, marked by regulatory battles and the slow pace of adoption inherent in the conservative banking industry, the core objective seems to have remained remarkably consistent. The allure of institutional embrace, symbolized by the BlackRock speculations, further fuels the narrative of a grand design. Of course, challenges remain. Regulatory clarity is paramount, competition from other blockchain solutions and even modernized traditional systems is growing, and widespread adoption is still a work in progress. But the foundational elements of the technology, the company's direction, and the sheer size of the problem XRP aims to solve suggest that if there wasn't a detailed plan etched in stone from day one, there was certainly a powerful guiding vision that has driven Ripple and XRP towards a revolutionary role in global finance. The ultimate question, then, isn't just about whether it was the plan, but how much of that plan has already been realized, and what the next chapter holds. As the lines between traditional finance and digital innovation continue to blur, is XRP poised to become a critical piece of the world's new financial plumbing, or will it remain a tantalizing glimpse of what might have been? What are your thoughts? Was this a master plan from the start, or a brilliant adaptation to an evolving landscape? Let us know in the comments below.